Hey guys, welcome back to another Christmas mini series. This one may be my favourite one to date so far. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I got the idea just based on wrapping paper, and I saw a few girls do it on Instagram. So I first just started off by doing a normal Christmas sort of eye look. I just concealed my eyes and then packed that down with some skin colour eyeshadow. I then just went over the top with just an orangey red shade that I mixed out of two different shades, and just buffed that out pretty big and large. I wanted to make my eyes a little bit bigger than they are because they're pretty squinty and little. Once I did the orangey colour, I then just deepened it a little bit on the outer V and then went back in with a bit of gold over the top. Just kind of like a light cut crease kind of look, but I really wanted it to all blend out really nicely. The golds in this Violet Gloss palette are actually really good. I don't really need to use any Fix Plus spray or anything with them. I just start putting them on and then building them up just a little bit. I usually start with a bit of a deeper gold and then go over the top with a brighter one just to make it stand out that little bit more. Then following on from that, just my usual brow routine. I just have been using the Brow Wiz because I find it so much faster, and I already have thick brows, so I don't have too much filling in I need to do anyway. I just usually make the arches a bit more symmetrical and just blend out the fronts of my eyebrows a little bit. I like it to go from a gradient to a bit more defined at the end of the brow, and both my eyebrows are a little bit different in size, so I have to lengthen the right one a little bit more than the left. So just a tip for that, just lay your wand from like your nose to the outer corner of your eye, and that's where your eyebrows should end. And then if you go from your nose and then through the middle of your eye, that is where your arch should start. After that, I've just applied some foundation and powder just to set that just around my eyes, nose and forehead, just because that's the only area you will see. I then just started roughly drawing out the wrapping paper ripping area just with the Brow Wiz, just so I could concentrate where I had to put the face paint. I'm just using red face paint. I'm pretty sure it was just from like Priceline. It's not really a very good brand. It's pretty thick. I did mix a little bit of water with it to make it a bit more movable. Once all the red was finished, I went back in with a white face paint. This I just painted where I drew the little rips just roughly around my eyes. I didn't want it to look too fake, so I only made a few bits white and then some bits of still red, so it looks like the wrapping paper's only half folded back, not folded all the way around. Also, really sorry guys if you can hear rain in the background. I'm recording at the same time, there's a thunderstorm going on. Yeah, sorry about that. After all the white was finished, I went in with the yellow face paint and started just drawing out some stripes across my face just to give the wrapping paper some detail. With the stripes, I just mainly drew some thin ones and then some thicker ones just for variation. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that's just a massive thunder. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by all the thunder and lightning. It's so crazy outside right now. Anyway, I just was painting the stripes on just in a diagonal motion just because I thought that would look a bit nicer. It was a little hard doing the yellow on top of the red. Just this type of face paint just isn't a very good brand, to be honest. It just doesn't work as well as I hoped. In future, I really want to buy some of the Tag face paints. We used them at the academy and they're so good. I did run into a bit of trouble when I got to this side of my face, because as the stripes went down around my chin and down my neck, they started to like bend in a weird motion, so the stripes had to start becoming a bit of a like, I don't know, U shape, sort of a zigzag, just so they could match. So definitely this side that I'm painting now of my face turned out a lot better than the other side. I also just went over the top of the yellow a few times just to make it a lot brighter, but I wasn't too fussed with how well it turned out because I did go in with eyeshadow later on to turn it into more of a gold look. After all the yellow, I went in with a really small brush with black face paint just to outline the white, just to make the wrapping paper look a bit more real, bit sort of cartoon-like, I guess. After I outlined it all, it did look pretty fake, so I went back in with a buffing brush and a little bit of black face paint and tried to add some shading. Again, this face paint just doesn't really shade at all. Once you put once you put the paint on top of itself, it kind of just peels it off. So I did end up using some black eyeshadow for some of the shading as well. Once I was happy with all the black and the shading, I then just used the same gold that I used on my eyes out of the Violet Voss palette, just to go over all the yellow to turn it into more of a gold, because I didn't have any gold paint, but it worked pretty well anyway. The gold in this palette is so amazing. Really recommend buying this palette. It kind of looks like the Huda Beauty original one, I think, and it just is amazing. Like, I used it my whole course and it's the best thing ever. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I was so happy with how it came together and how it turned out. I'll see you again tomorrow with my next video. Bye.